What did you do following your return to Texas after the war?
Well, I decided to go to the University of Texas, and that's where I became qualified to be a geophysicist for the government, and so I ended up going to Rockville, Maryland, to work at the Science Center there. And then before that, though, here in Fort Worth, after I worked for a seismograph crew for a while, I quit and then came back here, and I got the baptism of the Holy Ghost at Northside Assembly of God. Then I decided to go out and do evangelistic work, and I left here with 50 cents in my pocket and a jacket and a black bag with some things in it, my Bible, and hitchhiked, and this guy let me off in Oklahoma City at 12 o'clock midnight in the worst part of town. And I didn't know where to go, and here comes the squad car. And they stopped and said, "What are you doing down here in this part of town? Don't you know you get killed?" And I said, "Well, I was hitchhiking, this guy let me off here, and I'm an evangelist." And they said, "What do you got in that black bag?" And I said, "Well, I got my Bible and some other things." And they said, "Open it up." So I zipped it open, there's the Bible and all. So they said, "Well, get in the car, get in the squad car." So I got in the back seat, and there's a lieutenant, I think, and another patrolman. And so I asked them if they were Christians, and this lieutenant said he was, and this other guy wouldn't hardly answer. And so they said, "Well, do you have any money on you?" And I think you're supposed to have $1, or you'd be considered a vagrant. So I didn't have that. So this lieutenant gave me $1. And so anyway, they took me to this mission downtown on Skid Row there in Oklahoma City, and this lieutenant knocked on the door. This guy came to the door, and he talked to him. So they let me come in the mission and stay in there, and I ended up staying there at that mission and doing missionary work along with the alcoholics and doing what I could to help them out.
Well, that was good of you, Billy.
Well, Dorothy, why don't you tell us a little bit about the effect that the war had on you and the war effort at home, what that was like?
Okay, well, I was a young child growing up, and all of us were trying to figure out a way that we could help out with the war effort because we were really too young to do anything. So my little next door neighbor decided that a good thing for us to do would be to start collecting scrap metal. So we got all the scrap metal from all of this area that we could find, and we piled it up in a neat little pile out in the front. And that's one way that we helped. But when we used to have air raid protection, and we would have to turn out all the lights, and it was always really dark because we couldn't have a light shining because we didn't know whether we were going to be bombed or not. And so we had to have these these drills, these raids, to protect ourselves in case we did get bombed. And we had some interesting things happen. they sunk a submarine down in Galveston, and some of the parts of the submarine washed up on the shore down there, and everyone was pretty scared about that. And my mother had this dream that we were invaded by the Japanese and that we were put in a prison camp, and she was hysterical over that. And she was upset because in that day and time, the Army wouldn't let the soldiers tell where they were, what they were doing. So Mother didn't know where her two sons were. And she knew that some of their friends that they went to high school with were being killed and everything, but she didn't know where they were. And occasionally you get these little letters in the mail that it would never give where they were or the battle they were in or anything like that. So it was all very secretive. One time my mother lost the shoe stamp that you had to have to buy shoes. So I had to go to school that year with canvas shoes on my feet. And that was very upsetting to me. We also had to have stamps for meat and other things, buy stuff. You know, we just had so many stamps we could use. And so we had to be real careful, and gasoline was rationed. And we were just allowed so many gallons of gas a month. And my dad had a new car with 4 new tires on it, and he made the mistake of parking it out in front. And you couldn't get tires anywhere. So the next morning he went out to get in his car, and all 4 tires had been stolen. Oh, and he was so upset about that. That, you know, it was kind of hard. And my sister was in Washington, D.C. working for the government, and we went up there to see her for a couple of weeks before Christmas. And that was my first experience with going to Washington, D.C., and that was quite an adventure. And, you know, part of that was fun, but we had good and bad times. It was a stressful time for all of us because we never knew what was going to happen anymore or what we were going to have to go through. Because we heard a lot of horror stories about things that were going on everywhere. But fortunately enough, we won. Yay! So everything was okay. So we basically had a very good childhood, and we were very, very fortunate.
Would you agree with that, Uncle Billy?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We were blessed by the Creator, and He spared our lives, and He still blesses us, gives us faith, walk in love and peace and joy.
That's true. And now I have a precious little Courtney, my granddaughter, that I dearly love. And I'm so glad that I get to spend time with her and have so much fun. Because she always includes me in everything.
And she's a real good director of movies, and she deserves an A+.
Oh, at least.
Okay. Now, Grandma, earlier you were talking about how you would go to the movie theater. What were some of the different movies you would see, and how do you think those movies and music influenced your life? And Uncle Billy, what were some of the things that you remember about the movies and music of that time?
Well, Gone with the Wind was one of the most exciting movies I had ever seen. And I remember seeing it the first time it was shot in Fort Worth, Texas, and I was so thrilled with it. And then another movie that I thought was just so wonderful was The Wizard of Oz. And to my mind, those were 2 of the greatest movies that were ever made. And I think they still say that. Billy?
Well, when I was a small kid, my mother took me to a movie, and it was a Harold Lloyd movie, and it showed him up on a real tall building, and he was walking along the edge of this building. He was like he's waving around like he's gonna fall off, and so I hid underneath the chair there in the movie. I don't know what happened.